Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Studio Rats Live Q&A number 141. My name's James Ivy.
I'm Paul Drew.
Why haven't you spun round yet?
I can't be asked, to be honest. I cannot be asked today.
You are all very welcome, one and all, to the craziness that is our weekly dust-up on the interwebs. Before I forget, I'm going to post the links, so anybody who wants to come and chat can do so. Yeah, that's done. Worth saying early doors, and we always do this with this first thing. Got to be one of the greatest names I've seen in a long time.
I'm trying. I love it. I don't understand it, but I think it's funny. I don't know why I think it's funny. I love it.
I just want to go, no.
No. So sent of a wheelchair pillow. Thank you very much, sent of a wheelchair pillow. He says, so happy I discovered your channel. You are both great. Anyway, scored a 95 Vibraverb 2x10 recently. Thoughts on converting to JBL 15 versus stock? Interesting. Do you know what? I've never tried a 15-inch speaker with the guitar, so I wouldn't know.
I don't think I have. However, the other day I did find myself in need of a bass cab, and you know that Yamaha cab we bought, really cheap.
Yeah.
That for bass sounds phenomenal.
Yeah, it didn't sound that great for guitar, but I can imagine
it sounds great for bass.
Yeah. Oh, nice one. Anyway, I think keep it as stock.
Yeah, 2x10 tends to work for me better than 1x10.
Yes. I think you're right there.
1x15. I mean, unless you want. That's quite a conversion as well.
He's got a 95, so that is, I mean, that's vintage now, isn't it?
Yeah, scary, isn't it?
That's nearly 30 years old.
Oh, stop it! You make me sound old.
Yeah, so I wouldn't mess around with that. I think I'd keep it as it is. Yeah. No, I wouldn't mess around with it. I'd keep it as it is. Anyway. If you want, go and buy a 15 cabinet or something.
Yeah, see what happens.
Yeah, do that as opposed to converting it.
Right, so we've got that out of the way because that's been on all day. I didn't want to lose it in the chain.
Yeah.
What have you been up to?
Not a lot, to be honest. Dealing with housey stuff. I did the Focus Fuzz video yesterday. That thing is a monster. And dealing with the crap that goes with house moving.
Yep.
The absolute crap that goes with that. So yes, it's been pretty stressful as well. So, but anyway, what have you been up to?
Well, a lot of you know what I've been up to because I saw a lot of you at the weekend at the guitar show in Birmingham.
Nice.
First things first, thank you. Massive thank you to everyone who came out and said hi and just said nice things about what we're doing and said, other than the Baldy Blokes, great channel. And
should we get rid of him as soon as possible?
No, I mean, everyone was so complimentary of what we're doing, just to keep it up, and it was great. It was nice to hang with a couple of people. Al and I sort of got to hang out a bit at the hotel and stuff. It was lovely. It was a really nice weekend. However, as is to be expected, I did not come home empty-handed.
So did you sponge all the money that you earned on gear?
No.
Oh, that's good.
No.
Then it works out.
Yes. You want to see?
Well, shall we? Because I think we need to drag this out a little bit.
Okay.
I do want to see, but let's get some questions done.
All right, let's get some questions, and then we'll do a show and tell. But I mean, one of the things I'll blow this one early. One of the things was very nice was there was a booth from the team at Gardner Holgate, the auction people.
Yeah.
And they brought with them some of the stuff that's going up in next week's auction.
Oh.
So I got to try that bad boy.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
What's that? You get a photo of that?
No, it's the auction catalogue.
Oh, that's great. Oh, I didn't know they did that. That's
no,
nice,
because
isn't
I
it?
bought stuff in the past and I'm on their mailing list. I always get a copy of the catalogue.
Oh,
So
nice.
everything in the auction is listed.
Oh, that's nice. I see, I'd much rather look through that than scroll
Yeah,
through the internet.
yeah, me too. There's not pictures of everything like this on the internet. There was a couple of really weird guitars. They had it was a I'm going to get the numbers wrong, but it was a 60-something Strat body with a earlier 60-something Telly neck.
Oh, that's nice.
It was
I'd love
awesome.
that.
And they called it a Strato Telly.
Okay. Yeah.
And that played really nicely. Even just like, but that was a monster.
It looks like a monster. It looks like
I mean,
a bin.
you'd love the neck. It was like that.
Ah, now we're talking. Now I like it. So hold on
like
a second.
a baseball bat.
So is what is it? Is it a vintage one or is it a reissue?
It's a very, very vintage one.
Is it Carina?
Yes.
Oh, it is. Oh god, it's one of the God, that'd be worth is it a 58?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, that's gonna be worth some money.
Lots of pennies. I mean,
wow.
as much as I tried it and went, that's lovely, there's no way it's going to come home with me.
Is it all original or has it been refretted? And
as far as I didn't really get into it, I didn't speak to Luke. I spoke to one of the other guys, one of the ladies who was on there, who she said in appraisals and stuff, but I didn't really get into it.
Okay.
I was too busy trying not to ding it, you know.
Yeah, I'm surprised they're letting people use that. That's amazing. Really nice.
But no, it was very cool and really nice to see some of the stuff that's going to be in the auction next week. Obviously, they brought the valuable stuff, like that was there as well.
Oh, that's nice, that one.
It's very nice.
I prefer that.
Pardon?
I prefer the Firebird.
Yeah, I'm not a huge Firebird fan. I'm more of an Explorer fan, but we know that. But no, it's really nice to chat and just to try those out and just go, you know, proper moment.
Nice.
Right, we'll get onto the other stuff in a bit because there's loads.
Yeah.
Let's dive in.
Jeff says, good morning from Brisbane. It's an exciting day because my Highland Plectrum Company picks will be here in a few hours. I hope everyone is well. And you, Jeff. Oh, that's exciting. There we go. Brent says, evening, gents. Evening, Brent. Daniel says, good evening, rats. A cloudy 21 degrees in North Carolina. By the way, I set my alarm early so I could order the Focus Fuzz before it sold out to a bunch of reverb flippers. Nice one. Yeah, you enjoy that. It is really good.
What a great phrase.
I wonder if that's going to happen because he's only building 250 of them.
Wow.
Yeah, I hope it doesn't happen.
I hope not.
It's really good. It's a really good. Yeah. People. People shouldn't do that, but yeah, it's really good. You'll love that, Daniel. So, congrats. Mr. Moxie's in the house. He says, evening, gents. Mrs. just asked, why have you got aftershave on? It's Wednesday. Absolutely. Got to smell nice for us.
Oh, bless Pet.
Bless him. Al says, evening, guys. Hope all is well. Good to meet you at the weekend, James. And we'll definitely get that beer at NAM. There we go.
Defo.
Chemical Pete, howdy from Sebastian. Florida. 28 degrees. What a lovely day for y'all to see me. Very nice, mate. Very nice. Mendel says, evening, chaps. Evening, Mendel. Shep's in the house. He said, evening all from a cold, drizzling Lincolnshire. Oh, it's near you. Is it raining where you are? It's not that far.
No, it's nice here. Nice here. Yeah. It's far enough. There's a whole other county in the way.
Yeah, but it's fairly nice. Dave McQuillan says, evening, guys. Hope life's treating you well. There you go. James is going to show you his lovely plectrums that Dave makes from the Highland Plectrum Company. Go and check them out.
These were used on a session this week, an Antelope video that I did on Dadgad tuning.
Very nice.
A really nice, shimmery acoustic guitar sound from them.
Nice.
being very careful not to scratch 7 bells out of the top of the guitar.
Yeah. Richard Lush, hi from Canada. Hi, Richard. Hold on, go back to Richard. I want to look at his Les Paul.
Ooh, gold top P90.
54. Look at that. It's nice, isn't it?
Nice.
Well, that's original. Evening, lads. SDR. Evening, SDR.
Richard, you'll have to come on and tell us if it's original and stuff.
Yes.
Yes.
Jim Simmons, did you ever catch a studio acts running around your studio and eating the guitar amp speakers? Lol.
No, fortunately not. The only thing I did discover the other day, when I blew a trip for the lights in here, I went in and some cheeky 8-legged freaks have made their home in the room next door. And I'm not a fan of 8-legged freaks.
It's not nice people. It's nice to talk about the fen folk that live around your neck of the woods.
It's not. I'm not in the fens.
Mate, as far as I'm concerned, you're all web feet around there.
I'm in deepest Essex, mate. I'm definitely not in the fens. I mean, at worst, I'm in the East Anglian Heights.
Fair enough. All fenland to me. It's like anything past the River Thames is north for me. So anything your side of the.
We'll be soon, mate, when you move down to South Coast, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay, Michael P. Frank Marino used to use a 215 extension cab, and it sounded wunderbar.
Okay.
Nice. Oh my God, me too. It's a Richard Lush. I don't know what that's about, but
I just wouldn't want to move a twin. Well, in fact, I've had to move a twin 15 in the past, and it's not fun. So
no, that's not fun. That's not fun. That's not a fun thing. Cheers, William. That's very kind of you, mate. No question.
I suspect there's a question coming, so let's not panic.
Thank you, William.
This one coming. Boom.
Maestro 1, evening Maestro 1. Lazar's in the house. He says, evening all, hope everyone is excellente. Just nipping in to say happy vibes before serving up food for indoors. Elsewhere, would the rack pack be interested? Is it coming in seeing Jivey and I do a live stream during the auctions next week? That's an interesting one. That's good.
While we're watching.
You should do that. That'd be fun. That's a great idea.
All right. Yeah. Let's set that up. Yes. All right.
I'd be interested in that. You guys talking about them as they're coming in. I think that'd be really interesting. You should actually get in contact with Gardner Hallgate.
Do one first, and if it's a success, then we'll get involved with them.
Yeah.
I'm a great believer in seeing. I want to try and sell it to someone and it not float.
Yeah. No, I think it'd be fun. I think that would be really interesting. Like, sort of giving your opinion.
Yeah. Or no, that's gone too high. Oh, that's gone too.
Yeah. No, it's interesting.
That could be hilarious.
Yeah,
that could actually be really funny. Wonder how we'd do that. I'm sure I can make that work.
Yeah,
we could do that with 2 laptops probably.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, you'd have to do it so someone split the screen so they've got the Gardner Hallgate because you probably couldn't stream that yourself out of legal reasons.
How would we do it then?
Well, so you watching it and you're commenting on it as well, so people can watch it at the same time.
We could probably put the stream in the stream, though, couldn't we?
No, I wouldn't do that. I just let other people just have both on their screens.
Okay.
So you're talking about it, you're watching it because legally, I don't think you could do that. Will you rebroadcast?
I might email them about it. I might email Luke about it. See how he feels about it.
Okay.
It's not like we haven't done enough free advertising for them, and I've given them enough of my hard-earned cash.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yes.
Funky Bass. He says, "Hello, rats and rodents."
And did we do that one?
Excuse me. Hello, mate. Matt says, "Hi everyone, happy Wednesday." Matt's also sent me something earlier saying that Ox boxes are coming down in price. So do we think there's another Ox box coming?
Controversial. I think
they would.
Ox has not been as successful, I don't think, as they hoped it would be.
You are kidding. Ox has been a massive success.
Okay, if it has, then great. But I'm not seeing them everywhere. I'm seeing the freebies that got thrown out.
I'm seeing them absolutely everywhere. I see them on every single gig that you see, every sort of big gig that you see. Everyone's
Okay.
not.
In that case, I take it back. It's a brilliant thing. I was using mine over the weekend, and I had a Hampstead Artist 60, which was gorgeous.
Yeah, very nice.
Really, really nice. For a 1x12, had the Ox, and the Ox was brilliant because it meant during quiet time I could turn it off and just give everyone headphones, and during loud time I could pee off the wasp in a jar brigade who were the other side of the process.
Yeah,
yeah, it was good.
Nice.
Okay. Do I think another one's coming? No, I'm not. I don't think another one's coming. I think they need to get rid of some stock. And if I'm wrong, they'll be coming at NAMM because that's when UA do their launches.
Yeah. If they're at NAMM this year, apparently not many people are doing NAMM this year.
I think they'll be there. Okay. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
Ooh, the 1983 Carina. It's an 83.
I think it's older than that. I'm not entirely sure. I'd have to find out. But
it's 83. That's not a 58 then.
It's old.
I thought it was 58 they did the Carinas.
I don't know. I'll see if I can find it because funnily enough, I didn't put it down as one I was going to watch because I can't afford it.
Right. I wouldn't have thought they'd bring an original one out to a show. It's worth too much money.
I mean, in the words of Quincy Jones, I know Carina.
There we go.
You impressed with that? Yeah. Great song. It was lovely. It was properly old. No, it didn't feel like an 83 because it felt much older than that.
Okay.
If a guitar can feel older, it felt much older. It was serious dough.
Well, 83 is 40 years old now.
Yeah, this was a lot older than that. No one made a guitar like that in 83.
Evening, Rats, and everybody. Evening, Chris. Batraj Nikki says, hey, folks, I'm too poor to afford Cortex or Kemper and too much of a bedroom guitarist to justify. How much Tonex pedal video content in your own captures we expect? Yeah, I mean, I could keep going on the Tonex pedal content, to be honest. But I think people just get bored of it. If I do too much of one thing, I mean, I've got loads of ideas for it.
However, we have come up with a ruse, haven't we?
Yeah. So we're going to do some captures, James and myself, and I've done some captures of the matches. The matches captures that I've released for free are basic captures, and I've done some sort of full captures and stuff. Which I think what we'll do is we'll be selling them stuff not expensive at all, but something just to justify our time doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to do a load of my amps and James's amps and do a whole sort of pack.
I'm going to bring a whole load over next week and we'll do some blasting ampage.
Amps and Madiglies. Excellent. Stephen says, good day from Brisbane. Paul, will you be getting a set of the reissued Marshall pedals to review? It's really funny. Marshall, they're not great at reaching out, to be honest.
However, we'll come on to that in a minute.
Yes. Gotta love a thick neck. Chemical P. Gibson Custom Shop is releasing Epiphone Carinas. Yes, they are. I've got that. Have I got that in the news?
Probably.
Yes, I'm sure I have. Yes.
The only problem...
it's Custom Shop inspired. They're not Gibson Custom Shop.
It does scare me though when Epiphones become a 4-figure guitar.
Yeah, they are. I think they're over 1,000. Yeah.
Yeah, that's quite a lot of dough for an Epi.
Yeah. Oh wow, that's a treat from 58. I thought they're 58s.
Yeah.
Evening from Finland. Hand pink waving. Hold on. There it is. All right. Funky bass. There's a Gibson bass guitar double neck in that auction that used to belong to Mike Oldfield. Anyone want to lend me 10k?
There's some bizarre stuff this time round.
You're a Mike Oldfield fan.
Well, I was a kid of the 80s, therefore I love Blue Peter.
Did he do Blue Peter?
Yeah, he wrote the Blue Peter. He did the.
Really, I didn't know
That's
that.
him.
Oh, I didn't know that. Was the Explorer light?
Yes, it was actually. Yeah, it was really light. I was like expecting to pick up a baseball bat, pick up a log and a baseball bat, and it wasn't. Yeah, Mike Oldfield. I think was Lost in France him. It was, wasn't it?
I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, I don't think I'm enough of a Mike Oldfield expert, but I like what he's done. I like the hits, if you know what I mean. That sounds terrible.
Yeah, the hits.
I like the hits.
The hits.
What's your favourite Mike Oldfield album? I'd have to say the best of Mike Oldfield. Alan.
Next one. Come on, let's keep going. Al says, just received the Strymon Cloudburst yesterday. It's ridiculously good. Highly recommended. Nice. Very nice.
Cool. We like that.
Michael Vondenhoff. Good evening. Good evening, Michael. Ben says, I've heard people mention offline capture with Tonex, but when I Googled, didn't find any hint of what the heck it is. Could you elaborate? Offline capture would be so for some reason, and I don't exactly know why, but when you profile on Tonex, when you capture on, I shouldn't use profile. When you capture on Tonex, it needs to be connected to the internet. And I didn't understand why, and I still don't understand why. Whether it's doing so, that's online processing, I'm guessing, because it's using something from the internet. Now, offline would mean that it can capture without being connected. So it's just all the processing is being done on your computer. Would you say that's correct?
That's my understanding of it, but I don't understand at the moment, having not done it and not having that unit yet. I don't understand why it needs to be connected to the internet, unless there's some kind of data protection type thing happening as a handshake between.
Yeah. I honestly don't know.
Yeah, it's a bit weird, but I'm sure we'll work it out. We're quite clever.
Yeah, and I should send him a message just to ask, just to let us know exactly what's going on. Come on, a couple more, and then we'll do your no custom shop.
I'm guessing.
I wish.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Not entirely.
I would say no. It's a custom shop, as in no. Is 54 is a custom shop. Lesky K sent a little spider, eight-legged
freak, probably. Yeah.
Eight-legged freaks that are.
Oh, did you see the spider? I've just got it as some numbers.
Yeah, it's a spider. Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Michael Vonhoff says, guys, only one pedal. I kick off EHX Modrex. Oh, okay.
Only one pedal. I'm having an H90, an Eventide.
One pedal. I'll have a.
No, do you know what? I'm having a Governor.
I'll have a Governor. Yeah, I'll join you on that.
Governor every time.
Music of Dreamweaver says, howdy gents, I own a JVM 410H, which I love the sound of except for the bloody noise. It struggles a lot. I've heard this is common. Any suggestions for a good Marshall with metal sound?
Well, the TSL sounded great.
Yeah, the TSL, the TSL. I mean, the JVM, you've really got that's their modern sort of amp that does that sort of thing. So unfortunately, I don't think you can really do better than that. And this depends on the metal, on what you mean by metal, doesn't it? I mean, if you look at, the Slash amp is fantastic.
I was watching a Tina Turner video today.
Yeah.
As one does. And the guitar player on said gig had a TSL behind him.
Yeah.
And he went for this solo, and it was the most ear blisteringly cool metal rock sound I've ever heard. because at that point Tina Turner was off getting changed or whatever, and he was given the moment to shine. I was like,
nice,
cool.
nice.
Not necessarily saying that's what the sound was only the DSL, but it sounded monster.
Nice. Yeah, I think I don't know why it's noisy. You might look at just changing the valves on that.
Yeah,
I would say.
and also it depends how loud you got it set.
Yeah,
because we know when you give those to the beans, they get pretty rowdy.
They do get very loud.
Right.
Paul says, first one of these, not sure on the format, but if you could only have one, straight or telly? Oh, telly.
Telly.
All day long. All day long.
Even I'm there now.
Yeah, all day long. Moving sucks. It does. I used to love a move, and it's just I've had enough now.
It takes so long now.
It's just yeah. It's just the yeah. I'm getting yeah. Ronquest says Tonex doesn't require you to have an internet connection to capture a model. It's all done on your computer, not some AI. That's all. That's interesting. Then why does mine say every time that I disconnect it from the internet to reconnect it? Not unless because mine was like a pre-release version and maybe it was locked. Possibly. I don't know.
Maybe. No.
Maybe. Ben says, I'm very familiar with the tonal differences of a 335 style guitar to a solid body, but not quite on a thin line telly to solid. What's the big difference? There's not a lot, to be honest. There's not
mainly, certainly on mine, the pickups are different between a thin line and a normal telly. I've got those wide humbuckers on it.
Yeah, no, that's different. That's a different model. That's
I couldn't.
Telly,
yeah,
telly custom.
I couldn't tell you the difference because there are so many other differences.
Yeah.
All I know is
they're a bit more resonant. They are more resonant, but then acoustically they're more resonant.
At this point,
there's not a lot of difference. Mr. Moxie, thank you, sir. He says, "What's your favorite album? Could it be sound, songwriting, particular time in your life?" I really like. Favorite. We've said it many times. Rumours by Fleetwood Mac, and Goodbye Yellow Brick Road by Elton John. I would say.
I'm going to go predictably.
Oh God, here we go. It'd be some prog.
No.
Oh.
Crowded House, Woodface.
Nice.
And Reckless.
Nice.
Both mixed by His Highness Lord Clearmountain.
Yes.
Reckless. I was listening to it in the car on the way home, and I thought, why? I had it on vinyl, and I was like, why did I not listen to this? Why have I not been listening to this for weeks and months and years? It's a monster of an album.
It is very good.
Just totally amazing album.
Absolutely.
Where we got to? We get to there. Boom.
Evening Studio Rats from Duncan. Evening, Duncan. Nectaria says, would you swap a 2021 Fender Player Stratocaster with a 2018 Fender Telecaster Roadworn series with Linley Franlin? Is the Roadworn, that is a USA one, isn't it? I would say all day long.
All day long.
All day long. I definitely would. I definitely would. Anything for a telly. As I think he'd do anything for a telly.
Yeah.
Stefan says, late to the show. Hello, chaps. Hi, Stefan. William says, good evening, Paul James. Big, massive fan of Richie Blackmore. Do you have any suggestion how to get his made in Japan tone on the Boss Katana? Regards, William. I don't know much about Richie Blackmore's tone. Obviously, Strat
into a Marshall conventionally.
Yeah.
Made in Japan. I actually do have the Made in Japan album, so I'll have a listen and maybe I'll have a blast at putting something together.
Nice.
I mean, it's always going to sound like, this is the thing. What works with my fingers might work with somebody else's fingers.
Absolutely.
And my guitar, etc. But I'll have a go. I'll have a look for you.
Nice.
Should we pause at that point and do some show and tell?
Yeah, do a bit of that.
Right. So we had a discussion earlier on, or I can't remember who it was asked about the Marshall pedals.
So look. Nice. Have you tried it?
I have.
Likes it?
Yes. Now, Greg was saying something about people complaining about the volume having to be full up to get.
Yeah, Unity gain.
Nah, not the case.
Oh, that's weird. Okay.
No,
I wouldn't have thought. I mean, that does sound like a crazy thing.
That was Unity gain for that much gain. So that's quite a lot of gain for a.
Okay. Yes, but if you brought back the gain,
you'd probably have to bring up the volume a bit.
See, that's a bit crazy. That is quite crazy.
Having spoken to the folks at Marshall,
yeah,
they've changed two things between the old versions and the reissues.
Go on.
They've changed the pots, the actual, as in the brand of pot. They are still rated the same. They are still the same wine, etc. But they couldn't get those pots anymore, and they've changed the jacks.
And that's it.
That's all they've changed. They said, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
No, absolutely.
Someone would say it's not the same if you haven't got to have the. Someone would say it.
I would like that. I mean, if I've got the gain back on it, and I want to, if I've got nowhere to go.
I have not had a problem. I've not had a problem. It sounds every bit as good. A band I used to play in, Texas Thunder, Terry used to have two of these, and that was his. So it cascaded them. That was his distortion sound into a Fender Vibra King.
The
loudest thing I've ever heard in the world. This is monster. I didn't buy the other two because the other three, in fact, because they've also released a Governor. And I asked, what is the difference between a Governor and a Drive Master? And the answer was not a whole lot. The only difference is the loop circuit on the Governor, the extra effect.
It hasn't got a loop circuit. Interesting.
On the Drive Master.
Right.
And so I didn't.
I don't know why you'd ever need that loop circuit, to be honest.
No, someone did say you could put compression in it, which I thought interesting. I've never put compression in a loop before, but hey. But I didn't see the point in buying that one. And the Shredmaster, we've tried recently and weren't huge fans of. So I thought, do you know what? No, I don't have that. I want that, and they're 100 and something quid.
That's great. I think that's really
160 quid for it, something like that.
I think that's great. I think the Shredmaster was a bit of a. I don't know why they bothered releasing that. I don't think anyone's going to buy it. Many people are going to buy that. The people that are going to buy that are the people that want to buy the whole series,
the whole set, and leave them in a box and have them. Yeah, but that is awesome. I like that a lot.
Great, nice. Do you want another one?
Yes. Ready?
Yes. Ah, nice.
This is awesome, and I know I said the words awesome far too often. This is the Jackson Audio, isn't it? Yes.
Yeah. Jackson Audio. It's a Martleteri chorus pedal or modulation pedal.
Really, really nice. I mean, there is so much going on in here. I mean, it's a big old chunky pedal to start with.
Yeah, their stuff is chunky. It's really well made.
But this sounds lovely. You can go through the different shapes. Of the wave, and I was like, I could lose hours on this thing. Really, I do love a modulation. I shall bring this over and we'll have a play at some point. Lot of fun, and lots of people were loving this thing at the show.
Interesting. Okay, great.
And time for something that I think Lee will like this. This is by a Greek pedal manufacturer called Tiskalis.
Some butchers. Oh, that's cool, isn't it? I like that.
It is a very, I won't say simple because that's the wrong word. Easy to operate, really clever.
Cab sim.
Analog
or IR?
It's analog.
Why is it got USB?
You can load more via USB.
Hold on. So it's analog and you can load. I don't get it. You sure it's analog?
It's analog. It is an analog pedal.
How
So
can you load things via USB then?
I don't know. I haven't done enough digging on how it works yet. All I know is we were using it as the headphone amp for the pedal
Okay.
setups, and it sounds awesome.
Hmm.
So multi-cab 4, you can have different microphone types. So you can either have ribbon, dynamic, or both. You can have an open or closed back cab, different valve types, different preamp shapes with a tone control, and then you've got your different cab models, volume and ambience. Really, really cool pedal.
That's not analog. That
It's
cannot
analog.
be analog.
It's very cool.
So it's EQ based.
I'm not entirely sure. I haven't done enough digging on it. All I
Okay.
know is so far, I've gone, that sounds killer.
Excellent.
Really, really good pedal. I'm going to do a video on this once I got my
Yeah.
head around it and stuff.
Nice. Fantastic.
Now, the other thing is just over here. Do you hold?
Okay.
Right. Hang on. Hold on.
Oh,
Ready?
I know what you've got.
Ready?
The ball bag headstock.
But
The
look
ball
at
bag headstock. Here we go. I like it. I hate the ball bag on the headstock.
I'm not a fan of the ballback headstock. It has to be said they have now done another version of the headstock, which is I think a bit cooler.
Right.
But this is lush.
Is it? Are they gold foils or are they gold foils? Are they P90s that they're trying to make look like gold foils?
They're P90s trying to make it look like gold foils.
Okay.
But one, I didn't have a P90 guitar.
Yeah.
Two, I didn't have a guitar with a Bixby.
Yeah, Bigsby's are great, aren't they?
And this, and this semi-hollow, so
Yeah.
there's a left hole one side.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing. This is a Conqueror 59 by Baum, Danish company.
Yeah.
Although
made in the Far East, I think, aren't they?
This is a Korean one.
Yeah.
They do have. You can buy a custom shop Baum made in Denmark.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's about 7,000 quid.
What?
Euros. It's a lot of money. These ones are well into four figures, but
Are they?
Yeah, this is a seriously beautiful guitar.
Right.
I had about 9 of these at the start of the weekend, and this was the one I always wanted to go back and play.
Interesting. And were they selling them there?
Yes, we sold 5, 6.
Great.
Really, really lovely guitar.
Is it the Bigsby? Is it a modern Bigsby where you don't have to do the bending of the? Does the actual ball? Does the ball go through? Does the string go through it, or does it hook on a little pin?
No, it goes through it.
Oh, great! That's great.
Oh, hang on, no.
Do they sit on a little pin?
Hang on.
Other way around.
It goes through.
It goes through. Yeah, nice.
Really, really lovely guitar. I'm Bruce at ADG said I could borrow this one for a little bit. He knows I'm going to buy it.
Right.
Because it's lovely. I mean, really nice guitar. It's so nice to play. The necks are kind of satin.
Yeah.
So not fully glossy and shiny, but not, totally bereft of some sort of treatment. Really, really nice. The other thing I bought, and I'm not sure if I bought the right thing here. I have to just dig in a bag for it. 1 second. Hold on 1 sec. This was...
We hold him.
Right. This was thanks to our friend Larry North, who said, you need to go and see the people at Monty's, as in them what make harnesses and stuff.
Yeah.
And get some of that.
Hey, Greg sent me some of that today, actually. It arrived today.
What does it do?
I love that. You bought it. You don't know what it does.
Well, no. I'm
okay,
a great listen. I'll listen to people's advice. I mean, it looks like boot polish.
So what you do is, before you play,
you
put it on your fingers.
Yeah.
So try it. Just no, don't. Please don't. Actually, don't do that. No, don't. It's fingerboard oil.
Right.
It's like it's a wax for like
Right.
fingerboards.
All
But I
right.
would
Okay.
have loved. I'd love to just to sit. I couldn't. I can't do that to people. Do it and then just get it all over your guitar. Yeah, no, it's for darkening up fingerboards, like light fingerboards.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So if you've got a fingerboard that is fairly light, like my
Like that one, presumably.
that's not that. Oh yeah, no, maybe it is. That is fairly light.
Yeah.
Yeah, that will do it. Yeah. So if you want to make it look a little bit darker, and it's basically what it is. It's furniture. It's furniture wax, door
Right.
wax.
Okay.
Think of it that way. But
Nice.
it's put in a nice tin.
Yeah. It says simple to use me. Buff me on. Wait 5 minutes to 48 hours. Buff me off. I mean, I
There you
like the
go.
idea of being buffed off myself, but
Yeah, who doesn't?
so yeah,
Nice.
that's my show and tell from the show.
Mucho
My
fun.
show and tell, if you will.
Nice. How much are you selling the wax for?
I think it was. I want to say 20 quid. So not inexpensive, but I think it's going to last a while.
Oh yeah, that'll last you a lifetime. That stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah,
they had
nice.
some other treatment stuff. I thought, no, Greg said buy this one, so I bought that one.
Excellent.
There we go.
Nice.
But yeah, I'll bring the Blues Breaker with me next week. We can do a video on that because that'll be fun. I'll bring the Blues Breaker and the Governor as well because I think there's a kind of a
yes, I think so. Very nice.
Yeah, and obviously it's auctions next week as well, which will be dangerous.
Yeah.
Yes. Right. Should we get back to questions?
Yeah.
Boom. Go.
Musical Dreamweaver says there are so many better alternatives to the Oxbox. Don't think it would be something for the future. I like the Oxbox.
I like it. Don't get me wrong, but I just don't. I didn't think it had done as well as they'd hoped.
God, you see it everywhere. It's just I can't. But it's like the one of choice. It's the attenuator of choice. I would say.
Okay. Well, then good.
It's not my favorite, but it's good. Jeff says I have an 8-legged freak in the room next door yesterday morning. Its leg span would have been about 10 inches. Damn. I hit it with enough spray to fumigate the whole house. Yeah, you can't be too careful out there, can you? I guess.
Yeah. It's a bit different to the sort of thing about this sort of size that I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I am a wuss when it comes to those things. I'm not a fan.
Basil Tiffany says, tough to say whether or not the Ox has been successful without knowing how many have sold and what their expectation were for sales. Well, I think it's successful because you basically see it. I mean, okay. Well, let's say, like probably the biggest selling guitar player at the moment, John Mayer. If you go to one of his concerts, you'll see Oxboxes on stage, not with him, but with his other guitar player.
Okay, interesting.
Which to me, that's pretty much.
Yeah. All right. I'm happy to be wrong. Wouldn't be a first.
Shep says Ox only on sale till the end of March, I believe. There we go. So they're just maybe trying to shift some
out before they release something new at now.
Possibly.
That in for an idea.
Yeah. Ray Angel says Fender Gen 4 noises pickups. Any thoughts? Are they the ones that are on the Elites? If they're the ones that are on the Elites, honestly, don't. I do not like them. Someone came over the other day actually with an Elite. Is it the Elite? What's it called? The Ultra. Sorry.
Ultra. Yeah.
The Ultra. And I did not like it at all. Which is
okay.
I was really disappointed with it. I think noises pickups. I think it's really hard. Noises pickups always sound. They still don't sound right to me.
Okay.
But the only ones that do the pickups that are on the Greg Koch Reverend.
Yeah.
Who makes them?
Fishman, aren't they?
Fishman, well done. Fishman, I thought they sounded good.
There we go.
Ned Amido says, "Hi everybody, nice to see y'all and you, Ned. Go back. I want to see Ned's guitar. What's he got?
That's a.
I can't see what that is. It's a little
That's a
YouTube.
Strat. That's a Strat.
No, it's not.
Is it not?
No.
Okay, not sure.
It's got a roasted neck on it. I like it.
Nice.
Hey, no corrida.
I know it's I, as in yes. Anyway, yes. Thank you.
Maestro One. Just a thought, fellas, but wondered if we could maybe up a buy sell swap gear thing within the Rats community, almost like trusted traders for musos. Haha. Not sure if that's logically possible. I think that's a great idea.
I think the time to do it is our Wednesday night chats, isn't it?
Huh?
It's the time to do it is on our Wednesday night session.
Yeah. The only thing is I would say it is going to be quite tough because who's to be trusted? You know, someone could come on and sell it. Apart from the regulars we've got here, which are obviously well trusted, and anyone could still come on and rip someone off. I think it's a really great idea, and I'd love to do it because just that that to me is exciting. Maybe we'll look into that. We'll look into it, shall we? But I think it's a nice idea, providing there's no sort of legal, if anything goes bent, we're not held accountable for it. I think absolutely. But definitely, I think anyone that's selling stuff should send it to us before Wednesday night, and we could do a little. We could do a, Maestro One selling this 1958 Les Paul.
Oh, you don't mean send us the gear? You mean send us what they're selling?
Send us what they're selling. Yeah, no, because it could be anywhere, couldn't they? And that's the only thing. The world, the world's a big place.
Yes,
but I love the idea of it. That'll be the Rat Pack. That's good. I like that.
Yeah.
Tonex. Alan says, a late hi there from Wolverhampton. Hi, Alan.
You can't say Wolverhampton. Go Wolverhampton.
Wolverhampton. Gary.
Oh,
looking up there. Nice guitar. He says, do you think the Sir Pete Thorne is worth the full asking price? Love the channel, lads. I think it's a lot of money. Okay, it's the same as, is a Sir Pete Thorne worth as much as a Fender Custom Shop? It's actually cheaper than a Fender Custom Shop, or the bottom tier of the Fender Custom Shop. Is it a better guitar? I would probably say it is. I mean, the Sir guitars are like, I was talking about it today with Trevor Wilkinson, and they are absolute perfection. They're built. They're like, it's the same as PRS and those sort of guitars where they're engineered perfectly. So I mean, it's a brilliant guitar. It's probably the guitar that if I didn't know what I was going to do, that's the guitar that I would grab because it can do anything.
That's so interesting, isn't it?
What's that?
All the vintage guitars you've got, and the traditional guitars you've got. If you don't know what you're going to do, you grab something hyper modern.
Yeah, because it does everything. It's because it's got. I mean, it's like, I really like it. I really like the design of it. I think it's a really nice shape because it's like it's quite 80s in the sort of Jackson Dinky sort of shape.
Yeah, but
it's really comfortable. It's been really engineered really well, and the build quality is unbelievably good. And it does. There's a couple of things I don't like about it, or one thing I don't like about it. That being split single coil,
right,
and that being the neck humbucker.
All the way forward is split single coil. That's got potential for not being for not being the sound you wanted in a hurry.
Yeah, exactly. Because I just want to go jick like that if I want to get to the neck position.
Yeah,
and I know why he does it, because he would use, Pete Thorne uses that Strat neck sound probably more than he would the humbucker, and I get that. But I think 99% of people would probably prefer it to be. I prefer it on the tap. It's got a coil tap here.
Yeah,
which puts the humbucker into series or parallel.
Right.
So you get more of a single coil sort of sound. but I would prefer that with the cold top up to be split. But it's just one of those things. But as a guitar, it's probably, I mean, it's probably the best guitar that I own. It's not my favorite guitar that I own, but it's probably the best guitar that I own.
Wow. There you go.
There we go.
You heard it here first. So, do you think it's worth the asking price? Paul says yes.
Yes. Yeah, and the trem on it's brilliant as well. That Wilkinson trem it's like a Floyd. You can use it like a Floyd Rose, but it's a Strat trem. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
Max says, evening, chaps. Evening, Max. Paul Oro says, when I plug my headphones into Tonex pedal, it sounds great, but when I run it into my interface or DAW, it does not as full. It's not as crisp and full sounding. Is it because the headphones are stereo? Well, yeah, that's almost a definite. You'll have a full sense of width.
Yeah.
Especially if you're using the reverb that's built into the Tonex pedal. If you're only running one cable, it shouldn't sound dull.
Yeah, difficult to know what that means, isn't it? I mean, you can check something if something's stereo quite easily by monoing it out and in your DAW.
Yeah, but no, but it won't. I mean, it's the reverbs, the reverb stereo. Yeah, just run two cables. Run it in stereo into your DAW. That's what I would do. Lawrence says, "Hi guys, hi Lawrence." Jim says, "Are you guys aware of the Tonex hidden feature for the amps additional EQ, low, mid, and adjustable frequency and Q controls?" I was using the plugin version. Yeah, it's accessible from the system menu. Cool. Yes. Alan Rice says, just bumped you up to 18 likes. Come on, guys. Oh, cheers, Alan. Thank you. Yeah, give us a like, guys. It really does help. Max says, I like the way it's TBE drummer. TBE drummer? It's maybe it's the drummer. I'm trying to see where B is. Yeah. Yes, it's quite near H. That thinks you're quite clever. Jingle, jingle, leg pull. There we go.
Well, we're fairly clever. I play other instruments. I own other instruments.
One pedal. My TCG system. There we go. Ryan Stopler. If you could have one guitar, one amp, three pedals, what are you going with? Telecaster. One amp. Oof. I wouldn't go with my matchless.
No.
I'll tell you what I'd go for. No, because it hasn't got reverb on it. I'd want something or a really good effects loop. I'd take your Synergy.
Good shout, yeah.
Because
which module? The Dumble module.
The Dumble module.
Yeah.
3 pedals. Earthquaker Devices Palisades.
Yeah.
SP compressor. And a delay of some sort. Jam pedals. Delay Llama.
Oh,
there we go.
I would take. Well, at the moment, I'll take the Baum because I really like playing it. Amp would be my JCM 900 because I love that thing. Pedals would be the Governor, the TC Chorus, and TC Flashback.
Nice. There we go.
There you go.
TC Chorus, nice. Yeah. Dave says, "Hello, mates, and all dodging tornadoes today. Good fun in the cellar till the sirens stop."
Wow.
Take care, mate. I hope everything's all right. Alan says, one pedal, Boss Angry Driver. Yeah, good choice. Versatile. Max Hodges, Ryan Laney, IRT Studio, TC Electronics G System, TC Mojo, Dan Electro Delio, Ibanez S6570.
That could be any range of Ibanez because of their really useful naming convention.
Yeah, it's not great naming conventions. Ben says, "I've only moved once, and I'm not looking forward to moving again. It's going to be a total nightmare." It is, mate. I can't believe I've got to pack all this up. Just mind you, you've done it. You've done that, haven't you?
Yeah, and that was hell on earth.
Yes.
It was not nice, and I'd moved a lot of the old shed before I moved.
Yeah. Gary says, "Hey guys, joining late. Good day to everyone, and to you, Gary." Ryan says, "Reckless as in Brian Adams, as in Brian Adams."
Indeed.
Shahar is in the house. He says, "New neural DSP Boogie Mark 2C and plus plus is fantastic. Can't stop playing it. Nice one.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds good to
Funny,
me.
I saw Rabeer's playthrough on it, and he's not doing proper review videos anymore. He's just doing like playthroughs as opposed to talking about it and stuff, which he's always a pleasure to listen to, but I'd like to hear a little bit of talking as well.
Maybe he's, yeah, who knows, after his epiphany with Chapman, who knows?
Lawrence says, "What telly would you recommend as a first telly without spending megabucks?" I'd get one of those new vintage ones. What's that new series they brought out recently? That like custom shops.
I don't know.
It's not American Vintage. Maybe it is American Vintage.
Vintera, not Vintera.
No.
Well, without spending megabucks, I mean, the vintage range Squires were amazing. Do you remember? We went.
They're too much money now. They're too much money for what they are. Yeah, like the 80s.
Yeah.
The 80s Squires, the original the Japanese Squires. Yeah, they're 1,500 quid now.
No, the new ones, the new range. We tried one. The classic vibes.
Yeah, they're great.
Well impressed by those.
Really good. Yeah, as long as it's had a good setup, brilliant.
Yeah, and not much dough.
No. Brian Adams' vocal tone, though, a great sound. Absolutely, what a singer. Shahar says, "I have a quick question. Top 3 YouTube reviewer demoers. Mine is Pete Thorne, RJ Ronquillo, and the imitable Paul Drew." Ah, thanks, mate. Who would I pick? That's a really good question. I would pick Pete Thorne because he's brilliant. He's
he's thorough.
So
he's really good.
He's a great player. He's got great tone, and he comes across as the nicest guy in the world.
Yeah.
God, there's plenty of YouTubers that I wouldn't choose. Who else would I choose? I think Sean Tubbs is just a brilliant player, and comes across really nice as well. Who else? That's a really good question. Oh, do you know who I like? And he's not. You wouldn't put him up in the same sort of playing skill as the other two, but Philip McKnight from Know Your Gear. I think because he's really knowledgeable.
Yep.
That or
the guy from VHS, I really like because he's funny as well.
Josh Smith. Yeah. Josh, what's his name? Yeah. He's great, isn't he? And he's a good player. Actually, there's loads of good players.
He's a great player, and he really knows his stuff.
Brett Pupper, but Brett Pupper mainly he doesn't really review. He does sort of more sort of tuition stuff. But that I enjoy his videos. So many. Yeah. There's so many, isn't there?
For me, Tim Pearce has got to be up there as well. I know he doesn't do that many gear reviews, but he's got to be up there.
Yeah, he doesn't do many gear reviews. I think that's it. He doesn't do that sort of thing. Yeah.
Well, he does, just not that many.
Yeah.
I could, Tim could play the phone book and I'd listen to it.
Yeah. He's very good, isn't he? Jeff Rock, New Gear Day, pre-owned Jet JS 300, 99 quid.
Do you know what? I was so close to buying a Jet this weekend or last weekend, and I thought I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't, because they looked great, they played great. I just couldn't do it.
Wow,
that makes me a wrong and a no.
No,
couldn't do it.
Ned says Marshall pedals reissues. We all know that Tone is in the jacks. There we go.
Yeah.
James Paul says, Funky Bass, any tips on improving mixing skills? What helped you develop your mixing skills most of the year? Practice, 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 practice,
Do it.
practice.
Do more of it. Just keep doing it.
Yeah.
The old
and don't go on gear sluts.
The old adage of listen to it in the car is really important. Listen to it on as many systems as you can until you find what's not working.
Yeah.
Do it more. Less is more. There's an old adage, isn't there? There's the one about record like there's no mixing, mix like there's no mastering. Get it right on the way in, less to do in the mix. Get it right at the mix, less to do in mastering.
Mm-hmm.
It was funny. I did this acoustic guitar recording yesterday, and I went, well, I should put some kind of processing on it. Didn't need it. It just sounded really, really nice. Right guitar, right place in the room, couple of mics, boom, sounded great. Didn't want to touch it. Didn't need to mess with it.
Yeah. Yeah. Right at the bottom, Roomy has done us a treat.
Oh yes, I'm terribly sorry.
Cheers, Roomy. The Ultras pickups show their value when gigging quiet. They're Texas special flavour and can be running parallel series. Slinky to beefy tone. But there we go.
Schlinky. Where do we get to?
I'm still not a fan of the noiseless dooflers.
Okay, let's just do one more. Then we're an hour in, and then we can go on to do the news.
Gaz says, lately I've been playing into the PG Spark and I love the tones when using headphones. I simply can't get the same deep tones from my GX100. I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong. Well, the Spark is really bassy.
Really, really bassy.
Really bassy. So maybe the GX100 for you is a bit too hi-fi sounding.
Okay. Yeah, I've not used the GX100 enough to know the difference, but Spark is very bassy.
Yes, very bassy. Right. Should we do
news
screen? Yeah.
Yes.
Shares the screen, entire screen. That one. There we go. Right.
Boom.
So Moog or Moog, however you like to pronounce it, have produced the Mooga Fuga. See, this is something that I could never understand because it should be Moog.
It's not Moga Fuga, is it? Or is it Moga Fuga?
No, it's not. Yeah, well, is it Moga Fuga? Moga Foga? But it's why would you see? This is what confuses everyone because it's Moog, but it's Mooga Fuga.
Yes,
anyway. So yeah, they've got a couple of Mooga Fuga pedals. I think didn't Pro Tools have these years ago?
They did, yeah, and they're great. UA, there's some UA ones as well.
Are there?
And they're really good. The UA Moog pedals are great.
Excellent. Well, excuse me. They're just shot up in price recently, the actual pedal version. So yeah, if you want some of that loveliness,
nice.
You can have it in plug-in form. Gibson Custom Shop inspired.
Yeah.
Epiphone Carina Flying V's. They look great, actually.
Yes, they do.
Yeah. I mean, you wouldn't know, would you?
That Explorer looks great. Absolutely.
So, yeah, it's a 58. Was a 58 Explorer. I think I prefer the black guard on it.
Yeah, I think you could be right.
A
black guard on it.
Yeah. Yeah. So Tyler Bryant has done a custom shop Strat. I really like it. I don't like the pick guard.
It does look a bit. It looks like someone's eaten it.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I really like the guitar.
It's a pattern. It just looked dirty.
Oh, I see. No, it's a pattern.
Nah, too much. I think
I'd
rather.
I think it would look really great with a mint guard and that.
Yeah,
that would look really good. But yeah, I think it looks really good.
Nice.
JHS have released a bunch of fuzz pedals. One of them apparently does a dying battery effect, which to me is just like the worst. I just never get that. I just never get it.
That to me will always sound like the beginning of Quantum of Solace, the Another Way to Die, the Jack Black and Alicia Keys track, the boo doo 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 doo. It's an awful noise.
Is it? Okay.
Is the dying battery fuzz.
Oh no! You have to buy another pedal to do it. So it's basically a voltage release. That's weird.
No, you're all right.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that.
Yeah.
You
like a fuzz, but
yeah. We talked about this already. Marshall just released the four pedals.
So on the Friday, they did the release on the Friday, and on the Saturday, they were selling those things like they were going out of fashion.
I bet they were. Yeah, it's good. I'm really glad they've done it. I think they'll do so well out of that.
They'll sell bucket loads.
So okay, actually, I should probably start here. So Gibson are selling some of the most valuable vintage guitars in its vault. Direct to customers, part of the new certified vintage program. So basically, what they
sorry, Gibson have come up with another way to make some money quickly.
Yeah, well, basically what they're doing is they're proper old guitars. They're now selling. It seems. I don't know why they're doing it, because why would you? Well, they're obviously doing it for money, but they don't need. I mean, what's that going to be? That's going to be 250 grand. 59.
The wrong people are going to buy those guitars.
Oh, of course they will. Yeah, of course. Oh, I mean, the modern, what a wrong on that guitar. You'd love that. I bet you love that, don't you?
I think that's absolutely hideous.
Oh, great. We actually agree on something. That's such a wrong one. Such a wrong one. Yeah, anyway. So
that 335, that's gorgeous.
Yeah. It's really nice. That's a 355.
Okay, still, that's gorgeous.
Yeah. Is it a 355? Oh, maybe it's not. Oh, I don't know what that is. It hasn't got the tone, hasn't got the veritone on it. Anyway, so this is and I'd look on the website, and there's no price, obviously.
Of course not.
But it is a bit of a beaut.
That's gonna be £250,000.
Oh yeah, be £250,000, yeah. Easy £250,000. Nice though. Really nice.
Why is it if they're so the thing is, so these have been in their vault since inception?
I'm not sure. Since inception. I think it's probably been in their vault. I think they've had a chance to buy some, and they've picked some really great examples.
Right. Because I'd say, why is that? Why is there chipping and wear around the headstock if it's been in their vault since '59?
Oh, no, I don't think so. I reckon that's been played, and it's just a really good one. I think it's it's what it is. And lastly, I thought this was funny. So there's a prototype Silver Sky that was once tested. It wasn't owned by Carlos Santana. I think it was tested by him. So it's basically when they came out with the Silver Sky, they sent a prototype over to Carlos Santana. And so yeah, the guy that owns it now, I think he's in Holland, is selling it, and have a guess how much? Come on.
100 grand.
Oh no, you got to be no.
Right. No. I don't know. I have no idea.
Okay.
Those crazy Dutch catch might get rid of. Oh, I wasn't far off then.
Well, you're 40 grand. You're 30 grand off. I mean, absolutely ridiculous. What is this guy thinking?
Well, he's clearly been in one of those Dutch cafes.
He definitely has. Why is it turned to Sean Connery?
I don't know. Maybe Sean Connery's actually Dutch.
Maybe.
Yes.
No, absolute no. Do not buy that. It's wrong. Anyway, I'm out.
You certainly are.
There we go.
Yeah, some interesting stuff in there. Yes. Right. Boom. Let's go.
Peps, good evening, lads. Been away for 2 weeks and I'm back to the best guitar show around. Cheers, Peps. Ian says, "Hey guys, evening, Ian. Hold on, don't go anywhere. Don't go.
Sorry.
I like looking at their guitars. That looks like a Sir to me.
Are you certain?
I'm very certain. That does look like a Sir Modern. But anyway,
Nice.
Michael MC, if you were going to stream some music tonight, which channel would you put on? Oh, that's a good question.
There is a really this make me sound really old and dad-like, but if I'm doing stuff or if I'm driving, there's a channel on Apple Music called Yacht Rock, and it's basically all the stuff that you can just have. It's all that sort of era, 80s jazz, funk, rock stuff, and I can have that on the background and not worry too much about listening to it. It's nice.
Nice. I just use Amazon Music, whatever it's called, the unlimited.
Yeah. Nice.
Next one. Al says, I knew you'd end up coming back with that bar. Is it Baum?
Baum.
James, you said you would. There you go.
Yeah. When we packed the van, I made sure it was on top. We hadn't even had that discussion until we basically got back to Bruce's house, and he said, "You can take that one if you want to borrow it." I was like, "Yeah."
There you go. Pet says, with limited DSP, does it matter if I share a 224 Capra Chambers preset for both Vox and acoustic? The preset will favour Vox in that scenario. No, I mean, I wouldn't. I think it's always better to have, to use minimum amount of reverbs, but to share them across multiple instruments. It gives more of a cohesive sound, I think.
So, the late and great Al Schmidt would say, don't mix your sections in a big band. So he'd say, if he could, when he was at Capitol, he'd say, I want one chamber for the saxes, one chamber for the brass, one chamber for the vocal. So they didn't get into nasty together. But, that's quite a big ensemble. You've got like 20 odd players there easily before you even start thinking about it. So I think guitar and vocal, I wouldn't hesitate to do that if I do it all the time.
Yeah.
Because it puts it in a single space, a single cohesive space.
Yes, that's what I completely agree. Pet says, my inexperienced ears can't discriminate between many of the different presets yet anyway. I think the best way of doing that is get away from presets. Start using the parameters. Pick a preset, and then just start messing around with the parameters to work out what each one does. And I think you then can start to discriminate between them.
Yeah, and also you'll find very quickly the ones you like and don't like, as in the tweaks and stuff. My theory is normally go with, say in Capitol Chambers, certainly the default is the Al Schmidt setup. Yeah. Just go with that.
Yeah, it's so good. Same with the 224, actually. A 224 initial setting, brilliant.
Yeah.
Just change a couple of things. Stefan says the Oxbox is definitely the best looking attenuator. I completely agree. Your ladies would love it in the living room shelf. Absolutely.
Not sure about that, but hi.
It's great.
Do you remember 96 brought out those amps that were supposed to look like furniture? They were all controlled by iPad.
Oh, I had one. Absolute. It's made out of plastic. They didn't look like furniture.
Absolutely didn't look like furniture and didn't sound like anything good. It was in the living room for a week before Jen said, "That's hideous. Is it staying?" I was like, "Clearly not."
Hideous. It was hideous. That was hideous. Yeah, the Oxbox at least looks like some retro.
Yeah. When they came around, I did one of the first videos with the team from UA when they came over from the States to my old studio. Underneath the rig button, instead of it being lithographed on, rig was on a. Do you remember those punch labels you used to get? In the 80s, you twist the thing and click through and punch it. It was on one of those, and it's slightly turned up in the corner. It just looked really cool and retro. And I was like, I need to keep that. And of course, they didn't.
No, of course not. Ian says, Paul, been loving your Tonex vids. Thank you, Ian. I'm thinking about picking one up and sticking it through my Axe 3, mainly home studio use. Would you still take the pedal over the software? I think your struggle to, well, it's not impossible, but you'll struggle a lot more to send the software out to an X3. So the pedal is much easier to do that. And yes, I use it exactly that way. So the pedal into my X3, because I think, well, because I can use the sound of that when I'm playing through the Axe.
Cool.
FX. Quincy James says, "Hey guys, got a matches recently. Any tips for driving it? Pedals versus amp distortion. You just got to turn it up, Quincy. It's only going to sound its best once you get it cranked up. It will not sound anywhere near as how it should sound just at low sort of bedroom volume. That's all I can say." HK, is biasing new power tubes essential if I'm just playing the amp at home? It sounds fine. Depends on if it needs biasing. Some amps are self-biasing. If it's a self-biasing amp, nope, absolutely fine. You don't need to do anything. If it's not, I would recommend it because it might be biased hot or cold. So yeah, you need to get that right. If it sounds fine though, I mean, I don't know if it would kill your tubes quicker or if it would do any damage.
I don't know. I think you might. It's one of those things. I would, if it should be done, I'd do it.
I'd do it. Ned says the guitar is a Shinji STE, a Strat type. It's Chinese. They spent a lot of hours on it by hand. The attention to detail is amazing. A tech checked it out recently. He was impressed. Custom shop level. Look at that.
Oh, nice.
Vinny the Axis. Hey guys, just tuning in. Paul, how are you doing with the new Strat? Love the sound of it. Yes, it's great. Thanks, mate. Yeah, really like it. Really like it.
Now it's got a proper pick guard on it.
Yeah, I've changed the pick guard. Yeah, I really like it. It's really, really, really nice.
Nice.
Paul says, "Hi from Tallahassee, Florida. Expat from Crewe. Nice. Oh, he's got the sunshine. He's gone at the sunshine.
Damn right."
Jeff Cook, really nice pickups. I thought you liked the Kinman Magnus Opus 59s that you installed into the Hulk for your pickup swap video. I did like them. I think they sounded good. They didn't sound as good as the actual pickups that I had in there. And it's a funny thing when you play pickups and then you put some other pickups in, you instantly go like, oh yeah, these sound really good. And then you pick up another guitar and you, especially with the quiet pickups, whatever they're called.
Noiseless?
Noiseless, thank you. God, my brain's going. They just lack sparkle. I would say that's the only way that I can do it. They're great. There's nothing. It isn't like night or day. You'd go, oh, I mean, they're rubbish. They're not. They're great. They're great. I just still prefer non-noiseless normal pickups. Ned says the guitar is in a sort of metallic, almost olive green color. I love how it looks. Nice.
Nice. There was, and I played it and I went, oh my God, this is a good guitar.
Mm-hmm.
What sort of Stratty type super Strat guitar have I been going on about getting for a while?
Ernie Ball.
Music Man, Luke.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, nice.
There was one at the show.
Mm-hmm.
But it was in a kind of what I can only describe as a dirty olive green metallic color.
Olive drab.
Olive drab. It was horrible. It was like blacky, greeny, olivey. It was horrible.
I like the sound of that.
The guitar was beautiful, but no, sadly, not for me this time.
Nice.
At this point.
HK, thank you very much. Muchos kind.
Very kind. Where are we? Hang on, sorry. Come on. Sorry, I've lost us.
It's all right. I'll see if I can find.
Okay, I've got us.
David says, "Hey fellas, you want to hear something funny? On Friday, I ordered a new pedal board with pedals. On Sunday, I sprained a finger on my fretting hand, so I won't be able to play for a bit." Oh, I don't think that's funny.
Oh, that's not funny at all.
No. Oh, bless you, mate. I hope your sprained finger gets better soon, so you can play that pedal board.
Yes. And at this
David,
point,
oh, thanks, David. That's very kind of you, mate. He says, "Evening, Legends. Felicitations, Joel. That's very kind of you. Thank you, David. Muchos kind."
now I know where we were, but we're going to go there. Boom.
Pet says, "Do you think a budget acoustic with the right tone in the fingers and with some special sauce can make it special sauce can be made to sound like a custom Martin, or is there only so much a budget can do?" I think no, I don't think so. I think it's the same as I think you can get great budget guitars and you can get bad expensive guitars. I think especially
There are. So I tried some Faith guitars at the weekend.
yeah.
Oh my God, they're good.
Mhm.
Now, they're not budget in, they're not cheap, but
Mm.
they're not custom shop Martin territory.
Right.
My God, they sound good. They sound huge.
Oh, great.
Really big, sort of loud acoustics,
Nice.
really nice. But I'm not shopping for an acoustic at the minute.
Ben says, "Can't remember if you brought this up before, but how do you feel the quality of captures compares between Tonex and QC?" I haven't compared them. I imagine it's probably much of a muchness, I would have thought, because you can compare when you're doing it. You can compare between your amp and the capture and the profiles or whatever. I imagine it's all much of a muchness, but I don't know.
Yeah,
But the Tonex is great. I mean, it's a quarter of the price.
yes.
Jeff Rock says, "That's PT pickup selection, simple 2-wire swap pool. If you email Sir, they'll probably send you a wiring diagram." Yeah, you're probably right. Actually, it probably is a very simple swap. If only I had time to. Yeah, but yeah, I probably should do that. See, Peps, do you compose music pieces just for fun, or if you need to? How do you apply your creativity? If I need to now, I used to do it as a job. So I think it's a bit of a chore at the moment writing music for me, and it shouldn't be. Yeah, I need to turn around my mental attitude to it.
I normally find for any kind of video review or anything like that, it is far easier to write a piece of music and record it than it is to try and get clearance on anything.
Yeah.
So I normally write something for that. That's at the moment, that's my writing outgoingness.
Nice.
Just because it's easier. It's easier than trying to faff around trying to speak to record companies and stuff like that. Not worth it.
One pedal tenor.
Governor.
Oh, I see. Yes, he's got exclamation marks. It wasn't question marks. I think he's making a statement.
Okay, fair enough.
Darren Evans says, "Thanks for the reply, Paul. So given the choice, what would be your preferred color? Garnet red, turquoise, gold top, or black?" I'm the black. So I used to have a black one. I've got the turquoise one. I like the gold top.
The gold top.
I like the black. I do like the black was really nice. Huh?
The Pete Thorne we're on about, presumably.
Yeah, yeah. I think
black,
the gold top.
Didn't the back of a red back of neck.
Red. It had a red back and I think a red neck as well. Yes.
Yeah. It was interesting.
Yeah, I really like it. I really like that. But I like the gold top.
Yeah.
Richard's here and he says, "Running late, but hello all the same. I've had some good feedback on your katana patches and videos from customers that I put your ways, guys." Oh, cheers, Richard. Thanks, mate. See, Peps, Lawrence Rutherford, the Squire Thin Line is around €400. An amazing guitar for the price.
Yeah.
Darren says, "Thanks for reply, Paul. Given you've done that one. He's done. I think he put it twice."
All right.
Philip Knight seems a good dude. He's very humble about what he's saying, despite his big knowledge. If you want more ambient pedal demos, the Pedal Zone is great. Excellent. I'll check them out.
We know the Pedal Zone guys well. I do.
Funky Bass, get Sonar Work Sound ID. It will give you a very flat headphone on monitor mix, which is essential.
That is a really good shout. Yes.
Pet says, is there a vocal melody that can resort you to tears no matter how many times you hear it? Crazy to think it's just a couple of intervals doing that. Definitely. I think it's more vocal performance. It's vocal performance with that. I think if anyone else sings it, it might not work in have the same emotional impact.
Do you know what? It's the melody for me, and it's the relationship between the melody and the chord harmony underneath.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry if this makes me camper than a pink tents, but the middle eight, the bridge section of MacArthur Park, as in there will be another dream for me, someone will sing it properly.
Who's that song? What's that song?
Well, MacArthur Park was originally by Richard Harris, as in the actor.
Right.
Donna Summer did a cover of it, and there's lots of instrumental covers. But the Stan Kenton one, where the band, the brass section sing it, and he's playing piano underneath, is properly goosebumpy, tear jerky. Oh, first piece of music make me cry.
Nice. Shahar says, yes, +1 for Sean Tubbs. Great tone player. Speaking of Pete Thorne, I'm the a-hole that asked him what's with it. Oh, is that you? Oh. See, and that's it, because we know your sense of humor, Shahar. That's it. If he'd have known that, his response was candid, even though he could have told me to bugger off. Yeah, he's very good. Yes, possibly not the best thing to bring up someone's.
Dan gets it all the time, doesn't he? Dan Cooper.
Yeah, I think it's
all the time. And yeah. So sorry, Shahar. There's no getting around that. That's just a wah, 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 wah.
Yeah.
At this point, hang on, come on.
Mr. Lorimer, thank you so much, sir. He said, great show tonight, guys, and thanks for the X3 tip, Paul. Cheers, Ian.
Boom. Right.
Paul says, Behringer are going to make a clone of the Mooga Fuga pedal.
Of course they are.
It wouldn't surprise me at all, yeah. Jeff says, oh no, Gibson, Trouble in Paradise.
More than likely.
Probably.
That's probably true.
Bonamassa already bought all the old Gibsons. Probably has, actually.
Yeah.
Ned says, MXR Isobrick power supply has 10 outputs. 2 are 18 volts and 2 are variable voltage. Put a rat or fuzz in the variable and pull down the voltage 6 volt, and the pedal will fart a bit. Interesting. I'm trying to have a look to see what I've got. Actually, one that I use. This is my demo power supply. Is the engine room, because it's got 12 on it.
Wow. I was using chocks this weekend or last weekend, and they're amazing.
Yeah, good stuff.
Really good stuff, and very configurable and variable and small.
Yeah.
Stuff
really
you want.
Stuff. Yeah, really good. Rub Smoke and Sauce. How much difference is there, semi-hollow to solid body? I think a massive difference.
Yes.
I think you can really hear the difference. You know, if this is the whole Tonewood debate, isn't it? You know, if you've got like a Les Paul and a 335, technically same guitar. One's hot. It's not. One's bigger. But if you're looking at neck pickups, hardware, it's exactly the same.
Yeah.
Sound very different.
Very.
Johnny Love, that Carina Epiphone V is similar to the Bonamassa Epiphone Amos that I have. The Amos is covered with a nice veneer, though surrounding all of the Carina body. There we go.
Nice.
Dutch HK, Dutch Sean Connery for the win. Ned says Gibson KDH. Oh, KDH. Okay, said in a new video that Gibson's biggest competition is Gibson. New guitars are more expensive than their older used ones, and there are many out there. So that branch out to merch. I wish he'd do a positive video about something. Maybe he has, and I just haven't seen one. I think it's a shame when someone's whole schlep is just negativity.
But you and I are quite positive people, and not everyone is.
Yeah.
Move on.
Roomy, Rub and Smoke Saucer. Semi has a slight acoustic sound mixed in. If you can afford both, I'd say go for it. Solid and semi-hollows are different vibes. Absolutely. Jeff says, any advice on getting a lo-fi tone? Think of I Believe in a Thing Called Love EQ pedal or specific lo-fi pedal.
The bit at the beginning of I Believe in a Thing Called Love is roll off the top, roll off the bottom, and give yourself telephone sort of frequencies in the middle. Nothing above. Hang on. I would basically give yourself nothing but on a G7 pedal. You just want the 1.6 and the 3.2 up. Everything else, kill it. That will give you.
I think 3.2. I think 3.2 is too high.
Yeah.
Guitars roll off about 4.
Okay.
Like,
well,
quite heavily roll off at 4.
Maybe the next one's down then, but only have 2 up. Only have 2 up.
800. Yeah. I didn't just get a Boss G7. Great.
Yeah.
Intro. Yes. Okay. So yes, you're right. That was
yes.
the bit
I thought that's the bit you meant.
Yeah. Hollywood actress. Hi all. Have any of you seen the new Extreme song Rise? No. Released today. Really good. Got some of the old Extreme traits. Killer riff and hook. Nice.
That'll be one for after the show then.
What a player. Hollywood. I've been listening to that song lots today. Really like it. Alexi says, I think Al Schmidt has won most Grammys.
Certainly technical Grammys. Sadly, I think Beyonce's now passed him.
Damn.
In actual Grammys, but certainly from a tech point of view. Beyonce and her 300 writers for one song. Just saying.
Hollywood, same here. I'm hoping the rest of the album is good. Could be a rival to Pornography, but that's a high standard to beat. It sure is. It's a great start. Great solo by Nuno. Awesome stuff. Classic music. Face Blue, Smiling Modern Toolkit. Excuse me. You My Heart, You My Soul. I Keep It Like Everywhere You Go. There we go.
I'm guessing that's a line from the new Extreme song.
I like it. Ugly Colour Gibson's TV Yellow. I like TV Yellow.
I have to admit.
You don't like it?
No, I quite like it.
Paul Gardner, need to get myself a telly. What can you recommend? I'm into blues, rock, indie, but want something that can cover those clean, funky tones too. Any telly, to be honest.
Telly, yeah.
Just get. I'm just get. If you can get, if you possibly got the money to get a custom shop, go and get a second-hand custom shop. You'll never lose money on it.
Yeah, and if you haven't, get one of the anniversary reissues. They're amazing.
There we go. Did you check out the Chapman booth at the show? Did you check it out?
Right. On Friday, on the setup day, I sent you a text, didn't I?
You did.
I sent you a text. I'm going to read out this text. I'll be candid and not put in the naughty words. Hang on, where is it? Did I send it to you directly? I didn't I? So.
No, I think you did it in the chat, in the group.
That's it, in the group, our group chat. Okay. Let me just find it.
Do you want me to find it?
Yeah, let me find it. Hang on.
It's good. It's good radio, this.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it? Good. I've got good face for radio.
You can paraphrase.
I said, I'm in Brum setting up for the guitar show, and there's one beep already turning his amp way up and beep off with a totally OT tone OTT tone and volume. Guess who? And my friend and colleague, Mr. Paul Drew, came back with Mr. Chapman. To
Straight
which
away.
I then said, "Give that man a cigar." Now, I no, I didn't. I didn't go over to see them. I didn't. I thought I'd be hypocritical to do so. So I didn't. And lots of people did, and lots of people told him to shut the fuck up because it was just horrendous, the volume. So yes,
It's a shame. It's a shame.
yes. But hey, I'm sure their guitars are lovely, but I won't be playing one.
Classic music.
I'm not sure what's going on here with this Facebook.
Sure for me at the moment. Writer's block.
Yeah.
Mate, writer's block. It's a horrible thing. You will get through it. Don't let it get you down.
Don't get hooked. Don't get hooked up on it either. If you can't do it, go and do something else for a bit.
Yeah.
Don't sit there and sweat or struggle and hate yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. Al says, "What happened to your yellow gold PRS pool? Always thought that sounded killer." Yeah, cheers, Al. The DGT. I'm guessing yellow gold.
Or was it didn't you have a gold Silver Sky?
I did have a gold Silver Sky as well, actually. Again, that's I love that guitar. Shouldn't got rid of that one. Both gone, both sold. Moved on. David Olson, more Katana patches, chaps. Eric Johnson, maybe, as you mentioned, something exciting this year from Boss. Any clues? No, I cannot say anything, David. I'd love to, but I'm not allowed to. I will get sued.
Told off.
Paul Gardner. Been writing some tracks for fun, but wondered what you could use for programming drums. Easy Drummer, to be honest. He would say that. Yeah. But if you just want something simple for programming drums, if you want something to play along with.
Yeah, Easy Drummer. Every time.
Easy Drummer is great.
Or if you want to take it to the next level, get Superior, because it's amazing. And if you want something really good, get someone to play on it like me.
Absolutely. Ask James to play on it. Absolutely. Or, do Easy Drummer or Superior and then get James to do it after you've done it.
Yeah.
Sorry for mentioning KDH. I agree that he's oftentimes negative. No apologies needed. I just wish he was it's a shame when you have to do your whole thing is negativity, as opposed to, it'd be hard to get past that now. If you start with doing
it has to be said, he has gone into some fairly hefty arguments.
Right.
He does go. It's very much consumer based stuff. It's not
right.
happy joy subjects that he makes negative.
Right. Okay.
Just defending him for a minute there.
Okay. No, fair enough.
He does go in to fight the good fight for consumer rights and all that sort of stuff. If you'd bought some of the instruments that he's calling the manufacturers out on, you'd be fairly frustrated by fingerboards breaking up and necks not being great and stuff. So
absolutely, no. There's anything wrong with that. I just wish that he'd do a positive video, as well as that. So you just like, oh god, he's having another moan about. It's when Rick Beato was going constantly on about
his videos being demonetized,
monetization thing, and just ranting on about it. It's just like, well, don't do it then.
Yeah,
don't do it.
Do another one.
Yes. David Olson, who's KDH? He's an Irish YouTuber. Metal guy, seems fairly nice, but he's done quite a few videos in which he criticizes others like Chapman, Stevie T and stuff. Might be right, but negative.
Yeah.
Hollywood says, how does an all maple strap body sound compared to Alder? Similar, or is there a difference? Well, it would weigh a lot more. I'll tell you that. I used to have a maple body on a guitar, and it was so heavy. I don't know, actually. I don't think Fender have ever made a maple Strat a solid one. I had someone build me one. It was a terrible guitar. It was. God. Ned says, Jeff Rock, are you sure you want the G7? That EQ is noisy. I had one myself. Mine was younger than 2020, so couldn't be modded. you raise some frequencies and you get noticeable white noise. I've never noticed it.
Me neither.
I've never
Neither
noticed a
at
noise
all.
on it, but lots of people do say that. An EQ pedal is what I wished I bought ages ago. Great sound shaping.
Yeah. Excuse me.
You guys are not old enough to remember when all pedals were powered by 9-volt batteries. When they would fade, you just get great tones. Oh, interesting. For the moment, the JHS Vulture is going to be great for some of us. Interesting.
I've remember batteries. I remember pre-power supplies. I remember in the break having to unplug your pedals so you didn't waste batteries.
Yeah, I remember doing that.
Not that young. Jeez.
David says, just wondered how bad the Chapman thing was. Can't stand the man, the brand, etc.
I
Just loud.
Yeah, just loud and annoying and stuff.
Loud and obnoxious. The MXR 6-band EQ gives no added noise, but you don't get 6.4 and no volume slider. There we go. Sometimes it seems like it adds 65k to a guitar if one of the superstars just walks past the instrument at some point in time. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right there.
David Wilson, the Chapman thing is kind of bad, but not horrible. Worth a look. Yes. Sorry, just going back to the other question. It's just ridiculous. Like, a guitar player touches a guitar, like, Santana.
Sniffs
plays a
it.
guitar and it becomes expensive. What's that about? Anyway.
Don't know.
Awesome. Cheers. HK, I think they mean Ash Strat. Ash. That's
very different.
That makes a lot more sense. A lot lighter than Alder. So
Yeah.
Ash Strats tend to be. So in the 50s, they made Strats are made out of ash. I think mostly, if not all of them. Really light, resonant. Alder tends to be denser and a bit heavier. So a 60 Strat you can tend to think of as an Alder, and Ash 50 Strat. But then pickups are different as well. So
yeah,
the pickups are brighter in the 50s. Paul Gardner, last Teddy question, I promise. Maple or rosewood? Traditionally a rosewood guy. Rosewood.
Nice. We're there. We've done it.
Are we?
Got
Nice.
to the end.
Great. I could do with an early night.
Yeah, I'm shot still. So
yeah.
I've got another weekend of it as well coming up. But hey, that's another story.
Oh, yeah, you have. Yeah, you have.
Right. Thank you very much for everyone for joining us and putting up with. I heard someone did say to me, Paul, and you always call it guff your Wednesday nights, but it's not. So thank you to the myriad of people I met at the show this week or over the last weekend. It was really, really nice to see you all, and I hope I wasn't abrupt and kind of, because obviously I was there to still do a job. But yeah, great to see.
We only say stuff. We're only messing around.
I know. We do take it semi-seriously. Have a great week, everyone. For those of you who are sheltering in place and all that sort of stuff, please take care, and we hope you're as well as you can be, given those sort of adverse weather conditions. I think that's putting it lightly from what some people are going through.
Absolutely.
But we will see you next Wednesday. We might have a Wednesday special. Gregoire and I might chime in and stuff and see what happens on Ye Oldie auctions.
I was going to ask Greg if he wanted to do next Wednesday, because I might not be about because of son's got a hospital opt on Monday, so I might not be about. Okay. So we'll see. But I'll ask Greg if he can step in, if he doesn't mind, if he's available.
Okay. Cool. All right. Well, some of us will see you next Wednesday, no matter what. Keep an eye out if we do the live auction chat debate thing. We'll work out a way of doing it. I think Greg's got an idea already. So take care, everyone. See you next week, and have a good rest of the week.
Cheers, guys.